Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video in our Plotly data visualization series. In our previous video, we explored a variety of bar charts. We start with the basics like vertical and horizontal bar charts, moved on the animated bar charts, races, and also created a grouped and stacked bar charts to compare values like actual and apparent temperature. If you are being following along, we have been using the same weather dataset and the same Jupyter notebook throughout this series to keep things smooth and connected. Now, in this next part of the series, we are going to take things even further by making our bar charts interactive using a drop down menu. And as we are still working inside the same Jupyter notebook that we used before. So, what exactly we are trying to build here? So, we are going to create a bar charts. Let the user choose what to display. So, we are going to create a chart that lets the user choose what to display: average temperature, humidity, or a wind speed. Just by selecting an options from a drop down, this kind of chart is super helpful when you want to present multiple variables but don't want to overwhelm the users with too much information at once. So it also makes your visualization cleaner and more user friendly, especially if you are building dashboards or presentations. So let's now walk through the code and I will explain each part step by step. So here we are importing necessary modules from Plotly. Bar is used to create bar chart traces. Layout helps with customizing chart appearance, and figure is used to build the final chart by combining the data and layout. And we also import graph objects library as well. We already discussed in our previous video about this library. So we start by grouping our dataset by the summary column to calculate the average temperature, humidity, and wind speed for each weather summary. So here we use a df.groupby function. Summary. So this groups all the rows in our dataset based on the unique values in the summary column, which could be categories like clear, cloudy, or rainy. Once the data is grouped, we then tell pandas to focus only on the temperature C. So humidity and wind speed columns by using double squares bracket around them. So now for each group, we calculate the average of these three columns using .mean function. So this gave us one row per summary type showing the average values for those three weather metrics. So however, after grouping, pandas make summary the index of the new data frame. To bring it back as a regular column and make our data frame easier to work with this, especially when plotting, we apply dot reset underscore index function. So this gives us a clean flat table where each row corresponds to a summary type and contain the average temperature, humidity, and wind speed. So this summarized data is perfect for creating the interactive bar charts we are about to build. Then this line creates an empty figures. Think of it as our blank canvas. Now this part is a very interesting. Here we loop through our three columns: temperature, humidity, and wind speed. For each one, we create a bar chart using using go.bar function. Set summary as the x-axis and the respective columns as the y-axis, like temperature or humidity. We also use a clever trick with the visible parameter. Only the temperature chart is visible by default. And the others are set to legend only. So this means they are loaded into the chart but won't show until we change the setting. Perfect for interactive visualization. So this is the part that brings our chart to life. Here we use the update layout function and add an update menu section. So here we are defining the drop down menu inside the update layout function method. So these drop downs will have three buttons, one for each variable we want to display: temperature, humidity, and wind speed. And each button is created using dictionary, and we assign it label that will appear in the drop down. So for example, one button will have the label temperature C and another say humidity, and so on. Now the important part is method equals to update. This tells Plotly that when the user click a button, we want to update the existing figure instead of redrawing it completely. Then we use the org parameter to control what happens when a button is clicked. So inside org, we define what should be visible. We use a list comprehension that checks which column matches the button label. The selected column is set to true, so it becomes visible, and while the others are set to false, so they get hidden. We also update the chart title dynamically using the second part of orgs, and it changed based on the selection button. So if the user selects humidity, then the title updates to average humidity by summary. So this gives us a clear and dynamic experience to the user, making the chart not only interactive but also easier to interpret. So when the user selects humidity from the drop down, the script will hide the temperature and wind speed bars only show the humidity bars. And the chart title also update dynamically to reflect what being displayed. And finally, we use fig.show function to render the chart. Now let's run this code. Here you can see bar chart showing the average temperature by default. But at the top there are a drop down menu. Try selecting humidity, and here you can see the chart update instantly. So this make you chart interactive and more engaging without overloading the viewer. So that's it for today. In this video we created an interactive bar charts using the Plotly or drop down menu. And this type of chart is very useful when you want to let user explore different dimensions of your dataset without cluttering and the visualization. I hope these sessions help you understand how to add interactive to your charts. So that's it for today. In this video, we created an interactive bar charts using Plotly and a drop-down menu. This type of charts is very useful when you want to let user explore different dimensions of your dataset without cluttering the visualization. I hope this tutorial will help you. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.